Hey guys, and welcome to this month's episode of It's About Time. I'm your host, Drew Pizzulo, and this is the April episode of 2022. And today I just got my new watch in from Switzerland. And today we're going to be talking about the CONCORD Mariner Slimline automatic version. This is something that just recently, within the past year, came out from CONCORD, and I want to compare it and do an open box review for you. I haven't even seen it yet, but I want to do an open box review and really give you a little history of the Mariner to begin with. The CONCORD Mariner came out in the 1980s. In the early 80s, it was a big hit. Especially with Hollywood celebrities. It was an expensive watch back then, about $3,000 back in the 80s, which is probably a good $7,000-8,000, if not more now, brand new. And these watches came in several different designs back then, but the most common one was the two-tone design. They did use 18 karat gold and stainless steel. They also had a PVD black version of it, and they had a solid gold version of it as well. I have all three from the 1980s, and here's an example of it. This would be an example of the slimline of the 1980s, and the reason why it would be a slimline is because it's very slim. Okay, and what they were really known for was the creativity and the uniqueness of that watch that it did bring you, which is because to remove the links, you just remove the inner screws and then push the link out to resize your watch, which was pretty cool. The only bad part about these watches were they really weren't water resistant. So you're lucky. It does say water resistant on the back, but you're lucky if you get 3 ATM out of it. And they're extremely expensive to fix, especially the watch movements, which at least go for $300 to $500 a pop. Very tough to get these days. This brand was called the Mariner SG. Now they're called the SL, which stands for Slimline. And another drawback to this watch was it was quartz. So this was during the quartz movement, from the quartz crisis of the late 70s. These really high fashion timepieces came out of it, and they used the quartz movement, which did last 20 to 30 years, most of these movements for CONCORD. So, but they did finally, after CONCORD was bought out by the Movado Group a few years back, re-release the Mariner. They've had different Mariners over the years, some automatic, but never the Slimline. And I wanted to really compare the old one to the new one now, the Slimline version, which just came in from Switzerland about an hour ago, and I'd like to go over it with you. The first thing you do after you get the box from Switzerland is they give you, again, the presentation box for the Slimline version, your actual receipt from the company, because I bought it straight from CONCORD, which shows you the Movado Group. And they give you an extra band with it as well. Now, what's unique here is what they're trying to do is, with the bands, you can swap them in and swap them out, similar to Invicta with the push pin. So as you see, here's the rubber version of it with the push pin, where you can push it in and push it out to swap out the bands if you want to make it more sporty, or if you want to make it more classic with the stainless steel that they offer. So let's open up the watch and see how this goes, shall we? Open up the first presentation box here, and the first thing you will see is your black presentation box with the symbol of CONCORD in it as well. Okay, and we'll take the outer presentation box out. It's a pretty big box, as most watches are. Okay, and there she is, and she is a beauty. Okay, so let's take this sucker out and see what we got here. Okay, now the first thing you notice, okay, just like the Mariner of the 1980s, it has a very similar band. Now I got the salmon dial, and this is a special dial that fades into black at the outer edges. Okay, so here's the 1980s version. Here is the 2022 version. So this is what it looks like basically 40 years later. Notice how they try to replicate the band. Okay, the band is virtually similar. And what I love about it is they use the same technology. Take a look at the band. You can see the screws from the 1980s and the screws from 2022. It's the same band with the same screws. It probably works the same way on how to resize the watch. So that's one thing I really do enjoy. And what it is, it's a 40 millimeter. Okay, so they do have the standard size, which is a 40 millimeter. Again, the salmon dial with the black edges that come out of it is still pretty thin. That's why they call it the slim line. They're using a specialized automatic movement inside of it. They do have, okay, if you could see that, there you go. So they do have the automatic movement with the see-through back, okay? And that is a really cool feature. So you can see all the components on the inside of the watch. Of course, they do have the tape, the blue tape, the standard blue tape that comes inside. This is an improvement over the original in the fact that the original was, again, maybe you'll get 3 ATM out of it. This one, you will get 5 ATM. So you can take this one in slight, you can take it in the pool, you can take it in the shower. You can take it in a lot of variety of different places, and water will not reach that because it probably has a screw-down crown. If I look in this, actually no, there is no screw-down crown, but it is 5 ATM water resistant. Okay, so these are a limited edition. Okay, they do, I think they made 21 of them. I guess it's from the 2021 model or 2022. Which is something that Rado does a lot of. They just take the year and make that many amount of watches in them. But you can see on the band right here where we're talking about how you can change out the bands. Well, there is that specialized screw. Okay, and this is probably a development from the Movado group where they want you to just easily switch out and swap out the bands. So you can either have, like I said, that stainless steel band, or you can have the rubber watch band that comes with it as well. It is your choice. Either one would look good on this piece. Okay, and the dial that I was talking about, like I said, it fades from salmon to black, and it is called a gradient dial, and that's what you see right there. So if I do take the plastic off that, you can actually see how the watch looks. And they do have several different colors in this model. They do have a turquoise green, they have blue, they have red, they have silver, and they have black, I'm pretty sure as well. Yes, they have black, like I said, the green, and that's basically it for the automatic. But they do also have this in quartz, which is a little bit cheaper. And they do have it in the ladies version with the two-tone dial, with the gold two-tone, dial like that as well. And it's called the SL Lady, and it does have the 18 karat gold homage to it for the two-tone bracelet. Whereas this, just the men's version, it just comes in steel or the rubber strap, which I just showed you. Now, price-wise, you really can't get these anywhere that I've seen, so you're going to have to get it directly from CONCORD. And price-wise, what you're basically looking at, first of all, don't even try to get the blue dial. The blue's not even available, and I've been looking for quite some time on this. So if you want the quartz version, you're looking for men's, you're looking around $1,900. That's the exact price on the website. It does come within 3 to 5 days if you order and it is in stock. So, and the men's version, again, is $1,900 for quartz, $2,700 US dollars for automatic, which is what you see right here. Okay, so if you do want the ladies version, I'm not sure, I don't see any automatics in the ladies version, but I do see they do have the diamonds and the two-tone bracelet. and that one's up to $3,500 for that version. And the ones with the diamonds around the face, which is the diamond bezel, is at $4,600. So they do have quite a variety of price ranges on this sucker too. The women just seem to be more expensive because they're putting more in it to make it more with bling. So it's a, like I said, 40 millimeter face size, and again, it's going to be very comfortable because of the bracelet, which I was very excited to see. They use the same technology from back in the 80s, so anybody can resize their watch. You don't need to go to a jeweler, or you need to go to a specialized watchmaker to have it done. It does come with pretty much nothing else. As you can see, the rest of the box is pretty plain. There's not really any, I don't see any warranty cards, unless it's down here. Take a quick look, because normally with standard, I think with Concord, if you buy it brand new, it comes with a 2-year warranty from all defects and problems that would come in it. Like I said, Movado bought out Concord years back, but they kind of like left them alone, kind of like what Carnival Cruise Ships did with Celebrity. They bought them out, but they let them do their, Carnival Cruise Ships did with Princess Cruises. They bought them out, but they let them run their own thing, and they just share the profits. So this is totally 100% Swiss made. You don't have to worry about this being compromised. They are using the high-tech movements they probably did back then. I'm guessing this, if I had to guess, I would say it was a 2844 movement, which is pretty standard unless they're using a slimmer version of that. But it is a beautiful piece. I cannot wait to wear it, open this sucker up, and add it to my collection, as it is about time that they finally brought back and paid homage to the watch brand model that made them famous, which is the Mariner. It put Concord on the map and has kept Concord on the map all these years that they've been around. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this open box review of the Mariner. Overall, looks wise, I would say the only improvement I would want to see made on it in the future is I always love the lines in the watch. If you can see the lines in the watch over here, this is, again, was a staple of Concord and the Mariner. They didn't do that here. They just went with a gradient dial, which, again, there's no lines in the watch to match the band, which they were known for doing, kind of like a Piaget look. But they did not do that here, but they made it a beautiful piece, and it is much closer to the original, and the advantage of it is it's automatic and not quartz. So I don't have to constantly need a specialized battery, which these typically do, and they only last for about a year, and then you have to get them replaced again. So again, it comes with a double buckle for closing, okay, for extra watch size maneuverability. And that is pretty much the deal with the new Concord SL Mariner. Again, you can only really get it on the website right now. I don't know of any other places that do sell it. If something comes up in the future, I will let everybody know. But thanks for joining me today on this month of April 2022. We'll see you next month, and everybody stay healthy and safe, and watch out. We'll see you next episode.